Hey everyone, it's Wax Weirdo here and I have an Empties video for you. Oh yeah, candles and wax galore. This is for the month of April. I did a scent story, what I like to call it, of candy scents. So anything with candy, fruity mixes, pink sugar, doubtful if you know my taste for pink sugar, bubblegum, cereal, cherry, marshmallow, slushies, fruit punch, ice cream, just kind of all that sweet goodiness, not necessarily sweet anything bakery really. It was just more, let's get into the candy vibe of candiness. Okay, let's start. I got some candles. Okay, first I have a Goose Creek candle in fluffy meringue. Cute picture. The scent of this one just was kind of candy vibes, just sugary, sort of saltwater taffy-ish, just kind of lighter. It didn't, I mean, fluffy meringue, I guess, kind of has just like a sugary smell if you're actually making meringue. But yeah, so an interesting thought for a candle. But anyway, this was okay. The scent wasn't very strong as far as being in my living room, dining room, kitchen area. It didn't quite penetrate the entire room, if you will. I did not bring it to a smaller room. I just burned it just to burn in a way. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time with Goose Creek sometimes. I just feel like their performance is usually really good. I don't have problems there, but I'm just not getting super strong throws from them lately. The performance of this was okay. It is quite sooty, lots of carbon on there, but it does, burn nicely. That's what's great about having a 2-wick candle. But I swear, it's kind of annoying, but I do it anyway. I just trim every single time I relight. Trim. I never have any problems. I shouldn't say never. I usually don't have problems with puny wicks. Sometimes I do. But a lot of the time I get through these halfway marks and I get burn smell. So I have to hot dump, about a 3/4 inch pool, because that's how big these pools get. And then it's better. But they're always just little sooty beasts, and that's okay, but it's also not okay. But let's just move on. Then I have another Goose Creek in Forbidden Elixir. This was a delicious fragrance. It's kind of candy as well, more in kind of a fruit punchy kind of way. I do not remember the notes exactly. This was brought out for Halloween. When did they bring that out? 2018, 2019, and it was heavily sought after. The lids on these are a little bit different. The burn on this one was better. I don't remember if I just trimmed it more, but there is still some sooting. Don't mind those marks. But yeah, I mean, they still burn well. I mean, look at these. They burn all the way down, which is great. The fragrance on this one was a little bit stronger than the fluffy meringue. Not a whole lot, but still definitely better. I do have another one of these. Okay, then moving on. And why is this not lit? This lit doesn't shut good. Okay, I don't know. This is from 719 Walnut Avenue, and this is in Sweet Retreat. And it's just supposed to be a bunch of sweets. It just smells like wax now, wax and burn. The smell on this was so good. It, again, just like a candy store for this one. Lots of candy scents, of course, because that's what we're in. The burn was fine. There is a lot of wax rings, but it was nothing detrimental to the candle. It did burn itself out. I didn't have problems with sitting or anything. It just wasn't strong at all. I didn't get any strength or throw from this. I put it in the bathroom and I still really didn't get much unless I sniffed it right over it, but yeah. Okay, then I have this cute Happy Easter from Bath & Body Works. This was in Tutti Frutti Jelly Bean, which is sweet jelly beans, mixed berries, and sugared lemon. I loved this scent. It was a lot more lemon and then some jelly bean candy-ish. And it was really nice. It was definitely a stronger candle. I did have it in the kitchen and living room area. Sometimes I just move them however I feel. And yeah, it did really well. The burn was great too. Yeah, you can see some wax rings, but again, nothing that bothered me. I didn't have any problems with burn. I did get puny wet, like the small wicks sometimes, but they were okay. I would just let the candle go for a little bit longer, maybe like 5 hours instead of, the 3 to 4 that's suggested, and it did fine. It started to come around. Okay, and last, I got through 5, which is really good for me, is the new saltwater taffy from Bath & Body Works. And the notes are chewy vanilla cream, fresh berries, and juicy cherry. Let me just state that this is nothing like the original saltwater taffy that came out in like the cute little sweets selection that they had quite a few years ago. This was okay. I don't know. Was kind of a creamy, there is like a saltiness in this and a really creamy vibe in it and candy. And I didn't care for it. I didn't love it as much. I also had problems with this burn. I couldn't even finish the candle. These last 2 wicks here on the left were fine, but this one, I did have problems with this wick a lot of the time. Actually, I had problems with all of them. They would just go out and then I have to relight and go out and relight and go out and relight. So this one, yeah, is just not my favorite. Okay, on to our wax counterpart. I did quite a lot, so. This is by Gypsy Monroe. This is Midway Freak Show in Fire Roasted Marshmallows Cotton Candy. This scent I really do love. It's so good. It's so different. You get that beautiful fire roasted mallow and the sweetness of the cotton candy. It's not like Marshmallow Fireside at all from Bath & Body Works. It does kind of have a little bit of that realm in it-ish, but it's just a lot sweeter, a lot more fun in my opinion. Sadly, Gypsy Monroe is no longer, so let's just move on from that. It is a lighter scent though too, but maybe we can find a dupe of it, because I love it. I'd love to find someone else that makes something similar. Okay, next is Cherry Chip Cookies. These were such cute little cookies. Adorable. These were delicious. Peggy is really good at doing her cherry. Definitely one of my favorites for cherry making. So good. The bakery note in this was quite delish. Just beautiful, like sugar cookie types. I do wish I had more of these. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed it so much. So good. Ugh. And these were a great performance as well. I'd say as far as strength and throw goes, I'd give this like an 8. They were amazing. Next up, we have some Vintage Chic scents. This was one of those Ginormo loaves, the deluxe loaves, and it was Surrey Embeds the Golden Nugget Overpour, which is cotton candy marshmallow, strawberry, cotton candy, and gummy bears. And this is definitely older. When I melted it, it was almost not quite 2 years. Obviously, it's not even 2 years now. But this is so good. Like love, love, love this one so much. Smells just like the white pineapple gummy bears, which are my favorite. I'm obsessed with this. The gummy bears definitely came out the most. I need more, need more, I need more, I need more. It was on the lighter side, only because, I would say because it is a little bit older. Sometimes Vintage Chic Scents is a little bit on the lighter side, and sometimes it's not. But this was really good for being, you know, a year and a half-ish, a little over a year and a half when I melted it. I'd give this a 5. Up next is Make Believe. I had this shape, I can't remember what it is, but I will put a picture. And then also a kind of a sample too from Val in here. This is Glazed Donut, Strawberry Jam, Fruity Pebbles. This is from Salt Mountain. It was a little over a year old when I melted it. And it was good. It just really had more of the Fruity Pebbles vibe. I love cereal from vendors. Delicious. Nothing quite stand outish, I guess you could say. Just, you know, some Fruity Pebbles, Fruity Pebble-ish. Salt Mountain Cherry Blow Pop, which is cherry and fruity bubblegum. This was decent. I just don't think the blend is what's best for me. I like juicy fruit a whole lot. And I felt like that's what the bubblegum in here was juicy fruit. And I just didn't care for it in this blend. I don't know if it was the cherry that was used or if this is a single oil and the cherry and that single oil mixed with like the fruity, yeah, the juicy fruit. It was fine. I liked it. I just don't think I would repurchase it. I didn't get like the maraschino type cherry, which I think is the correct cherry to use. But yeah, there is another blend that she does called She's My Cherry Pie. And I feel like those cherries are similar. And I do like She's My Cherry Pie. It is bakery and it works really well in there. But I don't know, there was just something that I didn't quite love. The Strength and Throw, I would give like a 6, maybe a 7-ish. Unicorn Queen by Gypsy Monroe. This is saltwater taffy, cotton candy frosting, rainbow sherbet, and vanilla bean Noel. And it was okay. I think it was just a little bit too heavy on the vanilla bean Noel for me. And which I like vanilla bean Noel, but sometimes it can be a bit much, which vanilla is usually hard to do and be really strong. But there's a little bit of vanilla bean Noel on cold that I don't always love. When warmed, it's different. It transforms for me, but I felt like this one didn't transform. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just wish the other notes would have been a little bit more, yeah, front lines for moi. But Gypsy Monroe is no longer, so there's that. Okay, then I had a big old loaf from Teddy Bees. This is an ice cream for breakfast. It's vanilla ice cream, caramel Fruit Loops, and vanilla sugar waffle cone. Now on cold sniff and the beginning of warming of this, I absolutely love the fragrance. You get kind of this caramel, fruity vibe, if you will. Yeah, there's just something really beautiful about that. But then there's an after smell, you know, kind of like an aftertaste, an after smell, an after burn that I don't love. But I don't know. It's kind of the Play-Doh undertone. If you've watched my channel, you kind of know that I get Play-Doh undertones from some. It's just me. It's just my nose. It could be you too. But like my sister doesn't get that on some of them. I've had her test it. I remember though she wasn't very fond of this one either. I did give her some of it. I don't know if maybe it's the waffle cone. Sometimes waffle cone I get the weird Play-Doh vibes, and sometimes with funnel cakes it's the same. We just don't get along. But the beginning sugary cereal with the slight caramel, like a puff, like a cereal puff, was just so gorgeous. I wish it would stay in that realm for me. It just doesn't. The strength on this though was not bad. It was 5.5, which is good. I like if it's anywhere from 4 and up, I'm satisfied. If it's under 4, sometimes 4 isn't always the best either, but it's like, all right, I can deal with you, you know. We have on the dark side, which is Skittles candy. This was such a cute souffle. This is by Wandering in Wonderland, and it was very candy-ish and very good. It was bright, tart, and tangy. Got the pixie sticks, if you know pixie sticks, I love them, and Smarties and Sweet Tarts. It was those powdery, tart, tangy candy vibes. I wouldn't say Skittles though. Even though it says it's Skittles type, I'm gonna say no. I'm going with pixie sticks, Smarties, and Sweet Tarts. Got me? Delish, solid 6. This is Lemony Loops, which is Fruit Loops, lemon curd, marshmallow cream, and whipped cream. It was a very nice Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops, though, again, with cereals, a lot of vendors have them. A lot of vendors do them really well. So I felt like this was just Fruit Loops with added lemon to it, obviously, as the name implies. And it was a good lemon, though. It wasn't the cleanser rind kind, which is nice. It was more like a lemonade or lemon candy drop. But again, Gypsy Monroe is no longer. But if you see this, you know, blend of like lemon Fruit Loops, then that's the kind of vibe that you're going to get. It's just delicious Fruit Loops with added lemon. Huh, go figure. The strength on this was awesome, but sadly she's no longer. How many times am I going to say that? 7.5, 8. We've got more Wandering in Wonderland. This is Paw Patrol Rescue Christmas. Black raspberry vanilla, fruity pebbles, and champagne toast. This had the cutest little shapes, and it was nice. Smelled mostly like fruity pebbles. You know, cereal is always such a stage hog, so it is hard to get other fragrances. I did get them. They were just kind of sweet, but not a whole lot of change other than it just smelled like fruity pebbles. And this is a 6. 6er. All right, then I had some rainbow melt, a shape, and this is in saltwater taffy, which is sweet citrus and berries. My goodness. And it was good. It was very, very, very sweet. Almost a little too sweet, a little too maybe cloying. I usually like saltwater taffy a lot. I didn't love this version. I did like it. It was fine, but I just didn't love it. Now I know that I don't care for Rainbow Melt's saltwater taffy, and that's fine, right? I'll like some, I do like others. And you may like her saltwater taffy, and that's great because we're all different. We have all noses that are different. Solid 6. Melts in cotton candy cookies. This is sweet spun sugar and sugar cookies. Okay, now this, though, was delicioso. Delicioso. The cotton candy was strong, which actually surprised me. And it was because it was mixed with like the sugar cookie bakery. So a lot of the times the bakery will just blow that cotton candy out of the water. It'll just give it an extra, you know, sweetness, that cotton candy. But no, I got both of these vibes, both of these blends. It was so good, different than anything I've smelled, even though I've seen these blended before. Oh, it's so good. This sugar cookie oil that she has is probably one of my favorites in the business, okay? This is delicious. Crystal knocked this out of the park for sure. This is a 7.5 throw. Next up, we have some bento in Fred's birthday, which is Freddie. Oh my gosh, I don't know what Freddie Pebbles are. This is Fruity Pebbles mixed strawberry frosting and warm baked yellow cake. I mean, should I just stop talking? Oh. This just smelled like Fruity Pebbles. Didn't really get the other notes. It was good, but can't repurchase this anymore anyway, and it was old. Got some Hayden Road here. This is pink cotton candy, and it was a loaf. I got this last year, and it was still just as good. Perfect deliciousness of deliciousness. It legit smells like the real thing, like beautiful, fluffy pink cotton candy. It is a tad lighter, but I find that cotton candy is light anyway. So, but it was delicious. I loved it. I would always repurchase this. 4.5, 5. Next up is Southbound Cotton Candy Birthday Smoothie, which is sweet cotton candy and birthday cake all blended up in a vanilla smoothie. Sadly, I didn't get anything from this one. I know, maybe it was too old. I'm not sure because I got this from a D-stash, so I don't know how old it was, but he did not perform in my house. Okay, then I did have some small little bites here in Aratas. This is little blue box. I never know how to pronounce that. Someone tell me, please. But this was delicious. Reminded me of cupcakes at Tiffany's. It was a little bit different. I don't know what was in there that made it different, but it wasn't quite cupcakes at Tiffany's to me. I would try this again for sure if they had it available for order. It is very, very sweet, but it is a 6. Yeah. Then we have more Gypsy Monroe. I'm telling you, I just must have been like, get this done. Ned and Chuck, sweet cherry filling, baked pie crust, vanilla ice cream. This one was not for me. The cherry note was very chapstick-ish to me, which is surprising because I know there's other cherry oils that she had. So I don't know if maybe it was a single oil though. I don't know. There was just an undertone I did not appreciate or like. Okay, then we have some Everything Vice, Joyce's Fruitcake. This was the cutest little cake deliciousness. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. Marshmallow, mandarin, cherry cheesecake, whipped cream, and slivered almonds. So good. This was strong. My sister Frank loves this. I did give her half because she's like obsessed. It's good for me. I didn't love it. Like I'm not obsessed like she is. But I have never smelled anything like this, not from any other vendor. So that's quite unique. Frank loves it. I personally probably won't repurchase it. I liked it. I loved it. It just wasn't a huge fave though. But I would get it for my sister if I did repurchase. I guess I would repurchase it for my sister. This is a 7. Up next is more Gypsy Monroe. Seriously? Yes. This is bigger in Texas, which is funnel cake, funfetti cheesecake, and Fruit Loops. And you know what? It was good. It's a creamier version of Fruit Loops. I know lots of people love this, have been hoarding it. I don't think I've really smelled it in another vendor, but I would say it's something that can be replicated if you just, use these same notes, maybe add a little bit of vanilla ice cream, just kind of cream it up a little bit. But jam is no longer. So I'm done talking about that one. Next up, I had a loaf in cotton candy fizzy cakes from Teddy B's. This is birthday cake, cotton candy, guava, and fizzy citrus. I was amazed. Amazing. In love. These work so swell together. Love all of it. Fizzy, yet more sweet. I loved it. This loaf didn't stand a chance. It was gone. It was just gone. I used it up like a crazy person. We'll definitely get more of this. Probably one of my favorites for the month. And it is a solid 7. By the way, don't you just love how Teddy B's wax cuts like butter? Okay, then I believe these were little buns in Loopy Blueberry Crunch from Savannah Blue, which is Fruit Loops, fried ice cream, blueberry jam, and waffle cone. This is just like you'd want all of these notes to be. The blueberry is nice and bright and candy-like, and then just add in some Fruit Loops. It was lovely, quite lovely, just exactly how I wanted. Like I said, I would give these a 7. Very good. Next up, I have some Blended with Love. This was a cherry ice cream float, which consists of vanilla ice cream, cream soda, and cherries. The teacup was so darling. I do love these little teacups. My gosh. The scent was a lovely cherry and cream. It was a little bit on the lighter side. I did have these last year, I think, sometime ago, but it was brittle, and they were lighter as well, but I think because of the brittle, more exposed, more small pieces, those types of things are going to be the first that start to lose their scent. But this wasn't. This was a whole teacup, but it was still a little bit lighter. I'd say 4.5, maybe a 5. Next up is some Salt Mountain Night at the Drive-In. It's hot buttered popcorn, sweet strawberry, and cotton candy. And this was good, and the souffle is darling. But the popcorn, I feel like, could have been a little bit more. I think maybe people are scared of that note mixed in, but it really just kind of gives a buttery, salty vibe. So good, and when it's blended right, it's fantastic. I did get, like a very carby, light bakery note from it, and so that's why I liked it. I wanted a little bit more of it. And the strawberry was good, and this too was candy light. I would give this a 6. More Gypsy, obviously getting through my GM. I know we can't purchase anymore. I'm just gonna have a disclaimer, but I still gotta melt these. I really, now that I think about it, it really was just melting through my stash or getting to know what these were like to see if I knew of something similar for myself or others that they could get their hands on. Yes, this was good. There was a slight fizz. It was sweet and tangy. The maraschino cherries, Mountain Dew Blue Hawaiian, and yeah, I wish I could get more of that. So now I can't think of anything offhand that has something similar, but it's not something that would be hard to find. Okay, we have some Strange Charm, and this is in Screwball Dream. It's bubblegum Bite Me vanilla ice cream. This was invigorating and bright. The Bite Me was the strongest, but the bubblegum was not far behind. It was a very unique scent. I really, really liked it. And it was strong for being about a year old, and it was thin wax. I would definitely get some more of this. Yeah, it was amazing. I'd say 6.5, 7, yeah, maybe 7.5. Yeah, it was great. I did melt this little piece in GM Saturday AM cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, which is Fruit Loops and toasted marshmallow. It was a standard Fruit Loops blend, added a little toasted marshmallow. Yeah. We have more Wandering in Wonderland. This is Pixie Dust and Dreams, and it was a blend of plums, pears, strawberries, sprinkled with citrus and sweet sugar crystals. I don't know if I have a problem with sweet sugar crystals on things or not. I've been kind of noticing a pattern maybe. But this was just okay. The fruity part was nice. I want to say maybe it's the sugar crystals that were just a little too sweet and cloying for me. Okay, then I have some Sweet Tooth from Candles from the Keeping Room. This, to me, is like out of this world. It smelled so awesome. It's serendipity, toasted marshmallow, wild berry mousse, and sugar cookie. Oh, right up my alley. Seriously, I love all of those notes. Just delicious. I need to get more of this. Love, love, loved it. If you like serendipity, and serendipity, if you're not familiar, is kind of like what is it, coconut, maybe a little bit of cherry, maybe there's strawberry in this, a little bit of sweetness, almost like there's a pineapple in there. I don't know, I could have all these wrong, maybe a little bit of orange, but it's like It's just amazing. It's one of my favorites. I need more of this whole thing. I need it all. It was a little bit on the lighter side. I want to say though it's about 1.5 years old. So yeah, that could be why, but it was about a 4.5. Okay, up next is some more Wandering in Wonderland. This is breakfast with a unicorn, sugary vanilla, buttery caramel, raspberry, strawberry, crunch berries. I loved this. I got the milky, creamy deliciousness, like sugar milk, but more creamy. Love the cereal with a bit of caramel. So good. It just kind of gives it that puff vibe. So amazing. Almost like dulce de leche. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. And then more puff notes, like berry puff notes with those other cereal scents. Yeah. Oh, it's just a little dream. It is breakfast with a unicorn. Take me with you, that little unicorn. I want to go where you go. This is a 6. Lovely Bath and Wax Cake Boss, which is cupcakes at Tiffany's, vanilla ice cream, buttercream, and cherry. And this one was okay. I'm thinking maybe I'm not digging the cupcakes at Tiffany's in this one. I don't know if it's the oil that she's using or what exactly, because I actually do adore cupcakes at Tiffany's. The cherry I didn't really get at all. I'm just not sure. I don't know why. It was just okay. Next up, we have some Salt Mountain and chestnuts roasting. This is roasted chestnuts, fresh cherries, caramel vanilla, and brown sugar. I died when Amanda said she was announcing this as one of the scents in her like winter lineup. I feel that is the closest to the Bath & Body Works Cherries and Chestnuts candle that they only had for one season. Oh my gosh, it was just one of my favorite candles, seriously, so I was so sad. Anyway, this is a tad more of a smoky edition than the candle, but it is damn good. And I would say it's one of my top 3 favorite scents from Salt Mountain. It's such a smooth, nutty, yet sweet brown sugar, hint of musk-ish. The cherry is in there too. It almost brings a pistachio pudding cake vibe, if you're familiar with that in Vendor Wax. So good. I do have more of this, thankfully. And I would give this a 6.5. Yeah. More Salt Mountain for ya. Oh, yes. This one is definitely older. I'm not sure, doesn't have a pour date on it, but I did get this in a D-stash. It's cotton candy frosting, strawberry milkshake, and cream soda. This little candy frap. It was nice. It wasn't anything unique. The strawberry was great. It wasn't waxy or chapsticky, but it wasn't anything super special either. Though I do know she has not brought this one back either. Okay, we have some Yummers Delight. This is I Put a Spell on You, which is zesty cherry, sparkling ginger, and Georgia peach. This was so strong, holy cow. The peach comes out of this more than on Cold Sniff did. It's very fizzy, very peach. There's a little bit of cherry, but the biggest thing in here is the ginger. And I mean, it's very, very ginger. I'm not talking like ginger ale. No, I'm talking like straight up ginger. I think maybe the combination of the peach with it together also just amps it up. I don't think I would repurchase this. I do have another one of these. It was just such a strong ginger. It was a little overwhelming. It was still nice. I was still able to enjoy it, but it was just very strong. So if you like strong ginger, this is your boy right here. And it was strong, an 8. How many times did I say it was a strong blend? Next up, I have some vintage chic scents. This was in zebra gum. This was delightful. I loved it. I don't know how old it was. I know it was a little bit older, maybe 2 years, but it was like a powdery candy, you know, the sweet tarts, pixie sticks, and then some delicious gum in there as well. I could definitely use more of this in my life. I really liked it. I would give it a 5. More Salt Mountain. This is in Sweet Talk, which is juicy fruit, cotton candy, and fizzy pop. Amazing, delish. I love juicy fruit. The bit of fizzy in this just elevates that. It's not overwhelming either, as some fizzy pops have a tendency to do. They're a show stealer, if you will. I want more. I want more, Amanda. I haven't seen her offer it again, but I'd give it a 7. More Wandering in Wonderland. This is in Sweet Dreams. Look at the cute little Care Bears. Oh. This is vanilla cotton candy, blends of cherry, strawberry, and sugar crystal confection. This was nice. It was a fruity little concoction. Lots of sugary and sour notes. The brittle was super cute as well. The throw was just a little under medium for me, so maybe 4.5. Next up is some Sassy Girl Aroma. This is in Cherry Crumb Pie, Zucchini Birthday, which is black cherries, pie crust, zucchini bread, and birthday cake. And it is freaking absurd. It is so bomb, so amazing. Definitely a top 5 for the month. It had the beautiful bakery notes, and the cherry was just exquisite. Yum. If you like zucchini, if you like cherry, if you like bakery, get this. I do have another souffle of this, so I'm super pumped, and it was so cute. 8. I had some little buns from L3 Waxy Wonders. This is in Wonka Vision, which is strawberry bread and cherry chip cake. I liked it. I did get the strawberry bread the most. I wish I would have gotten a little more of the cherry chip, but the performance was great. It was strong. Again, I just wish cherry chip would have been a little more pronounced. 8. Okay, and I finished up this loaf from a couple years ago. This is in the Runaways by Vintage Chic Scents. It is sweet cherry and gooey marshmallow. I did get this in a D-stash, and let me tell you, she didn't bring this back that I know of. And I don't know if the oil just isn't available anymore, but holy crap, I loved it. It is so good. It is so, so good. I just want more. I need more. I need this. Curb. Girl, get me more. It wasn't as strong, I feel, as maybe it should have been. Even I know it was 2 years old, so that's probably why. But it still did pretty good. It was still a solid 5 for being 2 years old, which is good. More Salt Mountain. This is in White Cow, which is vanilla shake, vanilla wafers, and maraschino cherry. Love this blend. It's so good. You get this beautiful creamy cherry, and you do get this vanilla wafer bakery note. Ugh. It's so amazing. A lot of people go gaga for it. I know why. Thankfully, I believe I have another loaf. She did bring this back. Was this? Yeah, I think this is the October date when she did bring it back, right? Because she had offered it earlier in the year. Loved it. It is a fan favorite. I will continue to purchase this because it's amazing. Amazing. I have some Sugar Melts by Stacy. This is Elephant Snacks, which is maraschino cherries, cream cheese frosting, and animal crackers. This was quite delicious. I do not feel that it is a dupe for Salt Mountain's Circus Animal Stuffed Sugar Cookies. I do feel like it is in the realm. I know that blend from Salt Mountain is hard to get sometimes, but she does offer it quite frequently. If you need to get your fix, I think this would help you do so, though it is not an exact dupe. And I don't know if it's supposed to be. Couldn't tell you. Okay, then I had some cute little shapes in Lock, Shock, and Barrel from Everything Vice. Oh my gosh, so good. This is Strawberry Fizzy Pop, Fruit Punch, Jolly Rancher, Watermelon, and Bubblegum. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was so fruitful, so bright, invigorating. Candy goodness. It was strong, and the shapes were killing me. Just killing me. They're so cute. The little gummy bears were my favorite. I mean, they're teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. Loved it. And I'd give it about a 7. I need more. Okay, then I have some Goose Creek in jelly beans. And it was good. The scent was nice. It is definitely a jelly bean smell, traditional jelly beans. It did not perform as good as other wax melts from Goose Creek have. I was kind of a little shocked. I am not sure why. And it didn't last as long. So I was a little disappointed in that, Goose Creek, but that's okay. So I probably won't get this one again, but I'd give it about a 6 for strength. And usually, I mean, they're at a 7 or an 8 or a 9, so. Okay, then I got this scoopable in Hayden Row. This is Jamming Rock Candy. I did get it in a D-stash, so I'm not sure of the age, but it was awesome. It was so good, and it performed beautifully. It was such an amazing bright candy scent, like Sweet Tarts and Smarties. I definitely get this again if she offers it. I'm not sure if she still does. So good. And I mean, it is discolored, so I know it has to be a little bit older. 7. Okay, then I did some Sensationals Ice Cream Shop. This is amazingly good. Perfection. Oh, I think I have another clam. I definitely will get more. It was fruity and creamy. There's some berries in here. Loved it. So just, yeah, fruity, creamy, berry goodness. Let me smell it. Yes, it is like ice cream in there with berries. Oh, 3.5, or excuse me, 7 as far as the scale goes. I was doing a 1 through 5, and now I'm doing a 1 through 10. So 7er. Next is some Beezy. This label kills me. It is just so funny. This is in Lollipops. I really love Beezy. I love, love, love. Always just so strong, amazing performance. But this one was a little bit bizarre to me. I wasn't expecting the scents I got. I got kind of like a citrus combo from this and a little bit of a cleanser flare. So I was a little confused. It didn't smell like other lollipops that I've had in my lifetime of melting. Okay, I haven't melted my whole lifetime, but the years that I have been melting, yes. But it was very strong. Okay, and lastly, more GM. This is in Cotton Candy Sweet and Low, which is blue raspberry cotton candy, pink carnival candy. And it's absolutely delightful. It just saddens me, she's no longer so good and strong. Luckily, I did get a loaf from a friend, a beautiful friend though, Danielle. Thank you, girl. All right, that is everything that I burned and melted for the month of April. Let me know what you like, if you've melted or burned any of these same things, what I should try, since you kind of know what I like candy-wise.